Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the previous class, we were discussing about international trade theories, and we discussed about the first one, that was the comparative advantage theory. In this, we discussed that if a country got advantage in production, that is, if they can produce a product at a lower cost than other firms, then this thing is called comparative advantage. We discussed about this in detail. I'm not going in detail of this thing. Today we are going to discuss the second theory, that is the imperfect market theory. What is imperfect market? Imperfect market is that market in which information about important things are not quickly disclosed to all participants. Suppose these are the participants. Participant here means the companies who are producing goods and services. Suppose this is a particular industry. In this industry, there is one big firm, and these are small firms. Now here is an information. That information will benefit all these companies. But since the market is imperfect, so this information is available, is quickly disclosed to this big company. And the informations are not disclosed to these small companies. Suppose that information is about the raw material, that there will be a shortage of raw material in the market. Now what will this company do? The big company, to whom the information is quickly disclosed. What will they do? They will purchase raw material in big quantity. When the time comes, they will be prepared for that shortage. But to these companies, this thing will create problems. Why? When the prices of raw materials go up, suppose initially their cost of production, it was 10 Afghanis, and they were selling their product at 13 Afghanis. Now when the raw material prices goes up, what will happen? Now they are producing the same product at 13. Previously their cost was 10. And their selling price, sales price, it is 13. But now their cost is 13. Why? The prices of raw materials go up. Why? Because there is shortage of raw material. So they will produce it at 13, and at least they will sell it for 14 or 15. Suppose they are now offering it at 15. But this company, their cost, it is the same. It is 10 Afghanis. So they can sell it at 13. These companies, they increase the price to 15. Why? Their cost is now 13. So they can't sell it at 13. So this company, this big company, they are producing it at 10 and they are selling it at 13. They are not increasing the price. So customers will shift from the whole market, customers will shift to this company. So information is very important in a market. A market where information is not quickly disclosed to all participants in it, and where the matching of buyers and sellers is not immediate. And keep in mind, in perfect market there are large number of buyers and sellers, but here matching of buyers and seller is not immediate, means there are not large number of buyers and sellers. There are very few buyers and very few sellers. This theory states that the markets for various resources used in the production are imperfect. That is, the resources used in the production, their market is imperfect, factors of production. So one can get the benefit of factors of production. So those who got information, to whom informations are quickly disclosed, they can get benefit of the factors of production. If markets were perfect so that the factors of production such as labor were easily transferable, if the market is perfect, what will happen? You can easily transfer the factors of production. You know, other factors of productions are not mobile, but labor, it is mobile. Then labor and other resources would flow wherever they were in demand. So what will people do? What will companies do? They will go to those places in which there is high demand for labor and for other factors of production. Suppose take the example of the capital. But you know, labor, when it will move from one place to the other place, because of visa problem, it is costly. So you can't say that it is freely mobile. There is a cost related to the movement of labor and the movement of capital. So it is not perfect. However, the real world suffers from imperfect market conditions. But in the real world, the markets are not perfect. There are imperfect market conditions. Now, because of this thing, MNCs such as the Gap and Nike often capitalize on foreign countries' resources. What are these companies doing? These companies are looking for the opportunities. Which type of opportunity? If there is advantage in the resources, suppose labor is cheap, suppose capital is cheap, suppose the taxes are low, so these companies are shifting their businesses to those areas in which the factors of production are cheap and the factors and the markets are perfect. So when they are moving to those areas, their cost of production, it is decreasing. Imperfect market provide an incentive for firms to seek out foreign opportunities. Why companies are moving to foreign countries? Because of this thing, because of these incentives, they are moving towards those areas. Now take an example. Suppose this is a market. Here raw material is costly, labor is costly, capital is costly, taxes are high. Now the companies in these areas, what will they do? So their cost of production, it is high in this market. Now because of this thing, their cost of production is high. So what will they do? They will find a market in which these factors are cheap. Raw material cost is low, labor cost is low, capital cost is low, and taxes are low. So they will move to these countries. Now majority of companies, they are shifting their production houses to China and Vietnam. Why? Because of this thing. Because of these factors of production. These are cheap in these countries, and the informations are quickly disclosed to all participants. Here in this market, informations are not quickly disclosed to all participants. So the movement of the businesses or the establishment of foreign subsidiaries, it is because of this reason, that the companies, they are establishing their foreign subsidiaries in other countries. Why? To get advantage of the resources of other countries. So imperfect market theory, it tells us why companies are starting foreign subsidiaries. The next theory, cycle theory. According to this theory, firms become established in the home market as a result of some perceived advantage over existing competitors. Now suppose there is a company in this country. This is a company. There are also other companies, but we are talking about this company. Now this company, first they will establish their business in this country, in this home. This is the home country. Home country. Now they will establish their business in this home country. Why? Here they know about each and everything. They know the culture. They are aware of the competitors' strengths and weaknesses. They are aware of the weather. They are aware of each and everything in this market. They know about the market. They have complete information about this whole market. There is no language barrier and a lot other. So first, what will they do? They will try to find a competitive advantage, to develop a competitive advantage in their products. When they got a competitive advantage in this product, so they can beat these competitors. So they will become market leaders. In this market. After becoming market leaders in this market, this is the first stage. for this business, for this company, that they will establish their business in home market and will fulfill the demand of the locals. After that, they will move to the second stage. Now, this business they want to expand. So for expansion, what will they do? Now they will start exporting their product to these countries in which there is demand of the product. But initially they will do this exporting on a small scale. Why on a small scale? Because they want to introduce the product and they want to create demand of their product in these markets. Now, when they will develop demand, when there is enough demand of their products in these markets, these are foreign countries. So what will they do? They will produce their product in big quantities and will export these products to these countries. After that, they will move to the third step, and that third step is that they will establish foreign subsidiaries. Look at this. Firms creates product to accommodate local demand. They will make products only for the locals. Then in the second step, firm exports product to accommodate foreign demand. Now they will make products for the foreigners. Now in the third step, firm establishes foreign subsidiary to establish presence in foreign country and possibly to reduce cost. Now in this market, in these markets, they got a good name. They got a good name. So now they will expand their operations in these markets. And this expansion will be through establishing foreign subsidiaries. Means a branch of this company in this country. This is because of what? If they are expanding their operations through exporting, so the biggest cost of production, it is the transportation cost. Transportation cost, it will be too much if they are increasing their export to this country. So the transportation cost and the subsidy and the quotas and the tariffs, it will be too much high. So what will they do? They will not export. Now they will not export. They will establish a foreign subsidiary in this country. They will establish a branch to reduce the transportation cost. To reduce the transportation cost, they will establish a foreign subsidiary. According to this theory, firms become established in the home market as a result of some perceived advantage over existing competitors. Because information about the markets and competition is more readily available at home, a firm is likely to establish itself first in its home country. So what is he saying? He's talking about the same thing. That firm will establish their business in the home market. And this is because of what? Information about markets and competition is readily available at home. a firm is likely to establish itself first in its home country. Foreign demand from firm product will initially be accommodated by exporting. Then if there is foreign demand, so first you will use the exporting strategy. As time passes, the firm may feel the only way to retain its advantage over competition is foreign countries and produce the product in foreign markets. Now they got a good name in the foreign country, and if they want to retain that advantage over competitors in the foreign countries, so the best option is the product in the foreign markets to reduce the transportation cost. The best option is that they will establish a foreign subsidiary. Inshallah, we will talk about the next step in the next one step in the next class. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.